I made a Mario game, but there's no artwork. So the question is, can I get AI to make all of the artwork for me? Now, it's a little more complicated because I can't just ask an artificial intelligence to make a Mario character. A lot of image generators have copyright protection in place, so if you say, make me a Mario, they'll just refuse to do it. So as a workaround, all you need to do is describe what you want very specifically. So if I want a Mario sprite, I might type man with blue overalls, red shirt, red hat, and mustache. And you can see already we have some issues. You know, these are what I asked for, but they are not Mario either. So we have to get even more specific. Brown mustache. Go. This one doesn't look too unlike Mario, but we're still a little ways away. Cap. These are still pretty bad. This one is pretty good. I don't know what's going on with the eyes, but for some reason I can't get rid of the beard. I do kind of like this one. The eyes are very blank, which kind of reminds me of like Don't Starve, but you know, it's really not too bad. Ooh, no. Oh man. Alright, I think this one might be it. This has everything: the red hat, the red shirt, the blue overalls, brown shoes, the mustache. I don't want to spend too long on this, so I think this is what I'm going to go with. Alright, so check this out. I took the sprite that was created for us and I broke it down into its individual parts. I separated the legs, the arms, the body so that we can make a simple run animation. So I went ahead and dropped this into the game, and just like that, I've successfully used AI to create Mario. Alright, so let's start powering through these. Next up, I worked on the Goomba, and this one was surprisingly easy. I basically just asked for a brown mushroom with an angry face and feet, and I got a lot of good results. I ended up going with this one here. It's definitely a much different vibe from the original Goomba, but I liked it. It seemed kind of wild, a little scary, so I went with it. So next up I started working on the Koopa Troopa, and this was another one that I felt like went pretty smoothly. I feel like there are a lot of turtle images out there for AI to pull from, so there were a lot of options early on. Pretty quickly I got this nice upright turtle with yellow skin and a green shell, so that's what I went with. After that was the gold coin. Nothing really difficult here, pretty basic, just searched for a gold coin and got a couple options. Now, what I really wasn't expecting was for this green pipe to be the hardest part of this entire process. And I think this does kind of illustrate the biggest weakness with AI right now. The moment that you need something at a very specific orientation or from a specific point of view, the AI really just starts to fall apart with it. And you can see I'm starting to get some of the ugliest illustrations I've had yet. So eventually I did have to compromise a little bit, just find anything that would get the job done. So I got this pipe here. I can cut off the parts of it that I don't need and make it work. So this is my pipe, but it's definitely not the ideal pipe I was looking for. So moving on to the mystery block, I initially asked for a box with a question mark on it, but what I realized is that gave me the same problem as the pipe. I was fighting this 3D perspective, when all I really needed was a square. So I changed my prompt. I said give me an orange square with a question mark, and that's what it gave me. The cloud also gave me some trouble because it kept wanting to give me rain clouds. Eventually I did settle on one that had rain in it, but since I was cutting out the background anyway, that's not a big deal. The ground I was imitating is this kind of chunky orange cobblestone texture, and it actually came up with a pretty surprisingly good attempt. It's definitely not like a seamless texture, but it does a good job. And finally for this last one, I just needed to come up with an orange brick texture. This was another one that I thought was going to be easy, but the AI just couldn't figure out the pattern. You know, a lot of stuff was close, but they were all wonky, just like not staggered the right way, not shaped right. So this is probably the worst one out of everything, but there it is, it's done. So this is it, the final lineup of Mario assets created by AI. They range from the really terrible, like the orange bricks and the green pipes, to the surprisingly great, like the weird-looking Goomba. So how does it all look when I plug it into the game? Well, let's take a look. Yeah, it looks pretty bad. To be honest, I am not surprised by this at all. The main reason this looks bad is because the assets lack a consistent art style. I think this is another one of the big weaknesses of AI right now. AI can make two images that both look really good on their own, but it's not really capable of creating two images that look good together. When they lack that consistent art style, our eyes can pick up on it really quickly. And another issue is that these assets weren't designed to be viewed at this size. If you want to make artwork that looks good at 64 pixels wide, it's a lot more complicated than just taking big artwork and then scaling it down. And I know that people are working on all of this stuff, trying to make AI a more powerful tool for developers, something more useful, but at least for now, to me, it seems like AI isn't ready to develop an entire pack of game assets. But at the very least, I do think it's a lot of fun to play around with. I really enjoyed using the AI to make the Goombas and the Koopa Troopas, so hopefully you had fun watching. That's it for today, and see you guys around.